sorry, let me put my little book away. I didn't see you there, but my name is Paisley, and if you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. But today, we're getting into some unpopular book opinions, and if you want to stay sub to me, stay sub to me. If you are gonna unsubscribe, go ahead, babes. I'm not forcing you to be here. But let's go ahead and start with this. If reading starts to feel like homework, you're doing it wrong. I'd rather read 5 books that I loved than force myself to read 50 just because I have to meet a standard. I promise, babe, the Goodreads goal, that's literally not even like required. That's optional. That's just a goal you set for yourself. Again, it's a goal. It's not a requirement. Reading is not a competition, especially not on like online. Read what you want. Like, okay. And let's go ahead and say this. If you're a fast reader, you aren't superior. If you're a slow reader, you're not failing, babe. And it's okay if you annotate. It's okay if you don't. If you want to reread, that's on you. Again, I reread. I like rereading. And if you want to just savor a book, take your time with it, that's still valid. Everyone reads their own way. Reading fast doesn't mean that you understood it better. Remember that, okay? Liking popular books doesn't make you basic, babe. Enjoying some Sarah J. Maas, some Fourth Wing, it doesn't cancel your taste. Let people enjoy things without acting morally superior. Just because you're reading all these indie books doesn't mean you still can't enjoy some Sarah J. Maas. ACOTAR's popular, right? That doesn't mean it's not good, right? If a book made someone read again, it did its job. Am I wrong there? You're still reading. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this, okay? DNFing a book is not a crime. You can not finish a book. You don't have to finish it. Life is too short for books that you hate. DNFing is self-care. Why force yourself through a book if you literally can't make yourself read it? It's okay, I promise. I'm not gonna push through 400 pages just to prove something to other people or to myself. I have books on my shelf right now that are not finished. It's okay, babe, I promise. We're overusing tropes, and then sometimes they're not being used the right way. Like, I love enemies to lovers so much, but it's not being used properly anymore. It's really becoming I'm gonna argue with you 2 times and all of a sudden we're lovers. And morally gray men are becoming copy and paste. Don't get me wrong. I love a morally gray man. When I tell you I will eat a book up with a morally gray man, I'm not joking. But can we add some variety, please? Not every man needs to be a shadow daddy. Like, we can add some variety in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love myself some Azrael and Satan. But some books are popular because they're accessible, not because they're literary masterpieces, right? Just because it's easy to read doesn't mean it's bad, though. Okay? And complex doesn't automatically mean better. If it's popular, it's got to be popular for a reason. But it doesn't mean it's got to be like this literary masterpiece. It can still be a good book, but be not as literary complex. Not every book needs to emotionally devastate me to be good. Like, I love books that make me cry and sob, yes, but there are some times I just need like a really good book that's just happy and I didn't need to like bawl my eyes out. Annotating is optional, okay? It's not a personality trait. Tabs everywhere doesn't equal deeper meaning, and reading silently with no notes is just as valid. However you want to retain knowledge, however you want to mark knowledge, like, that's on you. You don't have to conform to society or copy people. Like, I annotate sometimes when I feel like it and sometimes I don't. And my book doesn't literally need to look like a rainbow to mean something to me. Well, let me show you. This is my favorite series, right? No annotations. This was just a random book. I have a little bit. Just a little. Nothing crazy. You do you. You don't need to fit in to other people's ideas just to be like, oh, look, I annotate my book. Babe, you do you. Don't try to please other people, or if you're making content, you don't have to please your followers by annotating. You do what you want to do. You are your own person. Why are we copying people? Like, also, you don't need to have like a massive bookshelf and lots of physical books on there to be a real reader. Libraries, ebooks, audiobooks, they all count. And yes, audiobooks are still reading. You still consumed the content of what that book was. If someone's just reading it to you instead of you physically reading it. And reading isn't all about aesthetic inventory. Yes, I love my aesthetics. As you can see, I have lots of sprayed edges on my shelf here, but that's me. I also read on my Kindle. I also do audiobooks sometimes. Owning books and reading books are not the same thing. Let's circle back to this. Audiobooks are real reading. Listening still counts. Some stories are better experienced out loud. For example, they have the dramatized audios. A lot of people are like listening to the iQuitar dramatized audios. The Fourth Wing ones, the Throne of Glass ones are coming out soon. If your brain processed the story, you read the book. Make sense? Glad we're getting on the same page now. Okay. And overhyped doesn't mean it's bad, but it can mean unrealistic expectations, right? So hype ruins the first read sometimes. Sometimes people go into it being like, oh, I'm so excited, this book is really popular, lots of people really liked it, and then be a little disappointed because we all have different perspectives on things. And not loving a viral book does not mean that you are wrong. I did not finish a very popular book. It's okay. Maybe the book wasn't bad, but maybe the expectations were just insane. You don't need to read classics to be well read. Reading modern romance, fantasy, YA, romantasy, it's still reading. Classics aren't mandatory. I'm not reading Shakespeare for fun. I only read Shakespeare if I have to. Reading should bring joy, not guilt. Why are we giving people guilt and shaming people for what they read? People want to read what they want to read. Our book community can be very judgmental for no reason. Shaming people for genres, reading habits, or pace is unnecessary. We're literally here because we love stories, and my goal at the end of the day is to just share my love for reading and find people who also share their love for reading so that I can get recommendations, share my recommendations, share funny content, and share real content, being real with you guys. You can argue with me in the comments respectfully, or don't, but I did warn you at the beginning of the video that these were going to be some unpopular opinions. But while you're at it, if you made it to the end of the video, drop your most unpopular book opinion below. I would like chaos. So, yeah. If you liked this video or didn't, but you still want to see other things I have, subscribe, comment, like, share it if you want, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!